team. It's your boy, and welcome to Just My Opinion podcast. Now, if you've been following the podcast, which, by the way, if you're new to the podcast, hit the subscription button, the notification bell, make sure it's select to all, and share this content with your friends, family, as well as your followers. But if you've been following this podcast, I've been pretty much talking and explaining to you guys why I knew this day was coming. Here we are on the eve of NBA free agency. I think it really goes down officially later on this afternoon. But here we are, and I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. I've been living under a rock, allow your boy to explain. Ever since Kyrie Irving went to the Brooklyn Nets, and when the Brooklyn Nets let it be known that they were not going to extend Kyrie Irving or give him a max contract due to his unavailability to be a part of the team. This man has pretty much missed a lot of games due to the fact of his personal belief. First and foremost, the guy's always missing games. Doesn't get no rhyme or reason. He just takes off whenever he wants to take off. He fully doesn't commit himself to a team, but he wants max money. Now, let that sink in and make that make sense. You want max money, but you don't want to contribute to a team like a max player should contribute to a team. Now, I'm not going to, discount the part that he's injury prone. He's been injured. I think when he's missing games and he's injured, that's one thing. But this man has been doing this, and he has been displaying this behavior ever since he was drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then he got traded to the Boston Celtics. The behavior came along with him, and then he went to the Brooklyn Nets. The behavior followed him until the last 2 years, when the Brooklyn Nets, Sean Marks and them saying, "Look, we're not going to give you a max contract because you haven't demonstrated that you are a max player. The best ability to have is availability, and Kyrie Irving is not available all the time." So when the Brooklyn Nets traded Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks, the Dallas Mavericks gave up draft picks as well as players, and they pretty much imploded their team. That team was fourth in the West, and when they made that trade, they went from 4th to 11th and out of the playoffs. Now, I'm not going to put all that on Kyrie Irving. I think a large reason why they were spiraling because of some fact, offensively, they had the best duel when it comes to offense when you talk about Luka and Kyrie Irving. But defensively, they couldn't stop teams because they traded a lot of those players, and the ability to, go into the draft and draft even younger and talented players. And some of those younger and talented players could have contributed on the defensive side. When you get rid of the players that were committed defensively just to get another score, such as Kyrie Irving, now you got a team that can score, but they can't stop no one else from scoring. Therein lies the problem with the Dallas Mavericks. Had nothing to do with Kyrie Irving. Has more to do with you gave up a lot of dependable parts that were willing and able to help on the defensive side of things, just to get Kyrie Irving. And when the season was close to ending, you kept hearing these speculations of, oh, well, Kyrie Irving, he may re-up with LeBron James and sign a veteran minimum contract, a 1-year contract to play for the Los Angeles Lakers. Oh, Kyrie Irving could go here. Kyrie Irving can go there. The market is going to be flourishing once NBA free agency start. Kyrie Irving can just pick wherever he wants to go to. Well, Mark Cuban has no choice but to give Kyrie Irving a max contract. And then if Kyrie Irving doesn't want to be in Dallas, Mark Cuban has no choice but to trade Kyrie Irving where he wants to go to, and he's just going to accept whatever he can get from this trade. Well, the NBA free agency is about to start, and if you listen to Woj as well as Sham, as well as all of the NBA quote-unquote experts in free agency, there's no market for Kyrie Irving. None. No team has came to the Dallas Mavericks, given them a proposal of, if you max out Kyrie Irving, we'll take Kyrie Irving off your hands, and in return, we're going to give you whatever you want. There's no market out there for Kyrie Irving. None. Now, there is a report out there, a rumor, a very distant rumor, that the Phoenix Suns would probably entertain the services of a Kyrie Irving. It's going to be a sign and trade. If you paid attention to the rumor, it's going to be a sign and trade. Obviously, Phoenix is going to have to give up Aiden. Let's be real about it. I don't think Aiden is in the present plans or the future plans of the Phoenix Suns. I think they just want a bunch of scores and, not a lot of people playing defense. Now, people put 1 plus 1 makes 2 to a lot of people, and they're saying, well, that explains why they got rid of Chris Paul. So they can have enough cap room to get a Kyrie Irving. So if you listen to the rumors and if you check out these people are connecting the dots, so to say, it makes sense. But the only reason why there's interest and the only reason why this rumor has legs is the simple fact of Kevin Durant is part of the Phoenix Suns. The ownership is trying to please Kevin Durant. This is probably one of the reasons why Kevin Durant wanted to go to Phoenix. Now, let's just say hypothetically this trade goes down. They're going to give up. Let's just say they Aiden, some players, and a couple, and some draft picks. Let's just say this it's in that order. So you're going to have Kyrie Irving, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant, which, by the way, that's going to be a super team. If you look at all 4 of those players, well, 3 of those players, the first thing that registers in your head is these players have been injury prone. And, if you look at Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal, it's not like you're getting the younger versions of these 3 individuals. Not to say that they can't, contribute to a team, but they're much older. Therefore, they're going to be more injury prone. Therefore, you better have a bench loaded with talent. Obviously, you're going to put these players on a minutes basis. You're not going to have these players playing whole entire games. So you're going to have players to swap in and out, so you don't overextend either of these players. Not to mention the fact Kyrie Irving can throw you a curveball once in a while. He'll be playing great for a couple of months, and then the other month he's unavailable. You can't. You simply just can't reach him. He's out for some strange reason. So you got that dimension of Kyrie Irving if this trade goes through. Obviously, they're going to be talented offensively, but I still think the problems are still going to inline in. Yeah, they're going to be great scoring, but are they going to be great enough to stop teams? Are they going to be great enough to have stretches where they can stop the other team from scoring? So I think this is a rumor. I don't really think that there's a lot of meat on the bone when it comes to this rumor. It's just like any other rumor. I think if Phoenix plays their cards right, they should definitely keep Aiden. At least Aiden may not be a hellified scorer, but he can play some defense. And the players that they already have on their roster can contribute defensive wise, because you can just leave the scoring up to Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant. But Kyrie Irving, and I said this on this channel many times, I didn't think it was going to be much of a market for Kyrie Irving when he with this coming free agency. The ball is simply in the Dallas Mavericks court, in Mark Cuban's court. They can give Kyrie Irving a max contract. Unless Kyrie Irving wants to go to a place like Detroit where he can get a max contract, the Dallas Mavericks can give him a max contract more than any other contending team, because of the more than any other contending team. The Dallas Mavericks can give him close to max money. Once again, there's not a lot of contending teams that can give him close to max money unless they trinkle their offense and give up a lot of their players just to get the services of Kyrie Irving. So yes, you can get Kyrie Irving for close to max money, but look what you have to give up to reach this goal and reach this accomplishment. Now, Kyrie Irving can just tell Mark Cuban, I just want to be a free agent. And he can sign a veteran minimum contract with, which Mark Cuban's not going to do that, because all the cards, he has, the ball is in his court, so to say. There's no rhyme or reason why Mark Cuban would, allow Kyrie Irving to become a free agent and he can just sign a veteran minimum contract to a contending ball club such as the Los Angeles Lakers or the Clippers. I think the Clippers have a little bit more play money than the Lakers. Definitely the Phoenix Suns will sign him to a 1-year veteran minimum contract, but that's going to hurt Kyrie Irving. And I told you guys, Kyrie Irving likes his money. Kyrie Irving is not going to take a loss in this process. Kyrie Irving would rather for the organization to take a loss. Mark Cuban is not going to take a loss, because look what he had to give up to get Kyrie Irving. Now, there is a bunch of articles that's pointing to this next possibility, and that is Luka has grown very weary of Kyrie Irving. And if that is true, I can see Mark Cuban and the Dallas Mavericks organization making Luka so happy to where they just get rid of Kyrie Irving in a trade for peanuts, for nothing. So the trade with the Dallas Mavericks and the Phoenix Suns would probably make more sense. He'll be traded to his buddy Kevin Durant. He can wear 7-11. Kevin Durant has 7. Kyrie Irving has 11. He could be still quirky and goofy and unreliable and undependable, and he'll have the freedom to do that. He can just miss games whenever he wants to miss games. And I think Mark Cuban would justify it as, okay, if we can just get Aiden and players that can make this trade work, that's cool with us. We're just going to cash out right now and accept these small losses, because they gave up a lot for Kyrie Irving. And like I said, they went from 4th to 11th. They have plenty of scoring, but they don't have enough people to stop the other team from scoring. Now, there's a lot of people reporting that Luka is. I mean, this is, if Luka puts his blessing on Kyrie Irving, Luka can pretty much put his blessings on Kyrie Irving and guarantee Kyrie Irving a max contract. If this would make Luka happy, and this would make Luka sign a long-term extension with the Dallas Mavericks, because there's been reports out there that suggest that Luka is currently not happy with the Dallas Mavericks. But if this can make Luka happy, and if Luka put his blessing on, you know what, let's just give Kyrie Irving a max contract. But has Luka done that? No. The ball is pretty much in Mark Cuban court, what they want to do with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving really doesn't have no leverage whatsoever. He didn't have no leverage with the Brooklyn Nets, but you kept hearing all these analysts saying that, oh, he has all the leverage. And I remember talking about that trade, and I told you guys, I think the Brooklyn Nets did well from that trade. They salvaged themselves out of a bad situation by getting rid of Kyrie Irving. They got draft picks, and let's just face facts and face reality. Even if, let's just say, hypothetically, Kyrie Irving goes back to the Dallas Mavericks with Luka, is that a contending ball club? No. Are they going to make a deep run in the playoffs? No. Does it look like it's a almost above 500 team? Yes. Can you see a scenario or possibility of this team not making it into the postseason? Yes. Do you see an optimism that the Brooklyn Nets can get a high draft pick from the Dallas Mavericks from that trade? Yes, as well. So the Brooklyn Nets made a bad situation out of a good thing. The Brooklyn Nets are laughing at the Dallas Mavericks. But I think all in all, he's going to remain with the Dallas Mavericks. Is it going to be a max contract or close to a max contract? It's 50-50. But I think he's going to remain with the Dallas Mavericks because he has really no other options. If Luka puts his blessing on it, he can definitely get a max contract. But in the next 72 hours, we're going to figure out how valuable Kyrie Irving is to Luka. If he doesn't get a max contract in the next 72 hours, that should tell you something on how Luka truly feels about Kyrie Irving. If Kyrie Irving gets traded to the Phoenix Suns, that should tell you how what Mark Cuban thinks of Kyrie Irving from that point. Particularly if you can get Aiden, some draft picks, and some other players, you could pretty much get half of what you lost in getting Kyrie Irving. You're getting Aiden, and I said this on this channel, that there was a possibility of Kyrie Irving being traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. And I said the only way that can really work if Kyrie Irving if Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving are in the trade. Now, you've been hearing a lot of reports that LeBron James is not happy with Anthony Davis. There's still a possibility of that happening. And I told you guys, I think the Dallas Mavericks would win in a trade like that because they need low post help, and they need someone that can play off of Luka. Anthony Davis could do that. Now, the issue with this is Anthony Davis' desire into winning more chips, and he's injury prone himself. That's the baggage you're going to have to deal with if you are the Dallas Mavericks. So we're in the next 72 hours, we're going to find out how valuable Kyrie Irving truly is. And I have been saying it on this channel for years. I don't think there's a lot of value in Kyrie Irving. I think there's a lot of organizations that are turning their backs on Kyrie Irving. And they're just showing to the world that Kyrie Irving is not that, not that valuable. And you can't depend on Kyrie Irving, because if you look at history and you look at Kyrie Irving's antics, he has demonstrated time and time again, when the tough comes, Kyrie Irving gets going. And he's not a reliable, dependable player. He's extremely talented, can do amazing things with the ball, but can you quantify what he brings to a team as far as winning championships? And as of right now, it's no. Now, he won a championship with LeBron, with Cleveland. I think he shot the biggest shots of biggest shots. But since then, have you seen any inkling of that player with the Cleveland Cavaliers after they won the championship, with the Boston Celtics, with the Brooklyn Nets, or even with the Dallas Mavericks? Have you consistently seen that time and time again? The answer is no. So we're going to have to wait and see how this go down. But then I feel like the next 72 hours, it's going to play without a shadow of a doubt how truly important Kyrie Irving is to the future plans or the present plans of the Dallas Mavericks, and how much pull Kevin Durant has into getting Kyrie Irving into the desert. Now, I do think this ownership is not too keen and not too happy with Aiden. And I think that's probably, if this trade happened, that's going to be one of the reasons why they wanted to hurry up and do this trade. But in order for this trade to work, Phoenix is going to have to give up a lot just to get Kyrie Irving. Aiden is not enough. So we're going to have to wait and see. So, guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.